Hello, I am Karen, aka Chocolate.
Hi, I'm Lynn, aka Caramel.
And first, we want to give a shout out to,
Nikki Bassendale from the UK for being our first subscriber.
yes, thank you very much for subscribing to us. We hope to have many more. And if you can like, comment, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell.
All that good stuff that someday
Yes,
I'll remember to say all of it.
yeah, eventually.
Yeah, I never can remember everything to say.
Yes, so today we're gonna talk about a little bit about Lynn's autoimmune um
Disease,
disease,
illness,
illness.
disability, whatever word you want to use.
Yes,
So, I don't have this memorized or anything. I'm no expert or medical professional. This is just information that I found on Google from my phone. So, the name of my illness is dermatomyositis, and it's an inflammatory disease marked by muscle weakness and skin rash.
yes. And I found out it's DM for short.
Yes,
That's the one I can say.
yes, that's what it says. It says also called DM, so that is definitely a lot easier to say and remember. And dermatomyositis usually occurs in adults from the late 40s to early 60s, but can also occur in children. Females are most affected. And for me, I was diagnosed when I was 25, a few months after my son was born. So I didn't get it in the typical time frame, and I have a pretty severe case of it. And I know I have a severe case of it because I met someone in the hospital where I was diagnosed in Massachusetts. It was a hospital called Brigham and Women's, a very good hospital. And this nurse, she was an older Caucasian woman, and she also had a couple children, and I think she was married, and she was just a very nice woman. I'm sorry to say I don't even remember her name, but you know, she also has dermatomyositis, and she gave me her contact information before I left the hospital. I was there about a week while they did tests trying to figure out what was wrong with me, and that's what they discovered was wrong with me. Unfortunately, I lost her contact information, so I was not able to keep in touch with her, but I do remember, being able to see her and talk to her, and she was not as severe as I was and am. Her skin wasn't affected the way that my skin was. It didn't look the way mine does. I mean, her skin looked pretty regular. It was just Caucasian skin. And, she seemed pretty physically strong, at least more than I was, where she was able to be a nurse. I mean, a nurse is such a hardworking job. You're on your feet all day. You're running around taking care of people. I couldn't do work like that. That's one reason I work from home. It's much easier for me to be sedentary than it is for me to be on my feet all the time. So, but nonetheless, I mean, different people are affected differently. So that's just how it turned out. But so another thing about the illness is that it's rare. It says fewer than 200,000 U.S. cases per year. So apparently that's a small amount compared to the number of people
Yeah.
in this country.
Yes.
So there's so many people. It's treated by a medical professional. It requires a medical diagnosis. You have to have lab tests and imaging that's often required. And it's chronic, so it can last for years or be lifelong. For me, as far as I know, I've always been told that it's lifelong because they don't have a cure. And, because it's rare, they only know so much about it, and they're still doing research. I remember sometimes when I'd go to the hospital, or even sometimes when I'd have doctor's appointments, they would ask me if they could take extra blood or extra tissue, like if they were doing a biopsy. I've had several biopsies from my muscles, from my skin. because they'd be trying to find out something. And, I would always tell them, take whatever you need that can help you research this and understand it better. Even if it's not within my lifetime, maybe someday they'll know more and they'll understand more about DM and be able to help people in the future that have it. I mean, even though it's rare, people still suffer with it. So it's still important to have that knowledge and be able to help people that have it.
Yes, and not having that muscle tone that she needs to be able to just even simply open up a bottle of water. Um, there's no strength in her arms or in her hands for that. And I, when it comes to anything that needs to be opened or carried or picked up, that's that's my job to do. Uh, I help her as much as I can or as much as she'll let me, because she does want to try to do things on her own, which is a good thing. This disease does not make her lazy. It's not that way. She'll at least try it first. If she can't get it, then I'll get it. Well, I have a little bit more strength than she does, but I'm not as strong as I could be myself. I had a stroke in 2014 on my left side, and my left side is my dominant side. So I use my left hand for everything. And so sometimes it takes me a minute, or it takes me a while, or it takes me thinking about a different way to open something up, whether it's for her or me. But in the end, I'll get it in the end. Case in point, today I painted her nails.
Yes, we have some, I don't know how well they can see it. There's some
Yes.
pink and sparkly. I don't know if you can see the sparkly very well, but the pink at least.
But I put this on her first. This is a nail hardener. Yeah. So I put this on her first, but before I could do that, I had to open it. And I had a hard time trying to get it open. It was shut so tight, brand new. So I came up with another way to open it. I took it and put it under some hot water. I let hot water run over the top, and somehow that loosened it. And I do that a lot with certain things that I can't get open. If I run hot water under it, it loosens it up for me, and I was able to open it. So now, I'm not closing it tight so that I won't have that problem. But now I have it open, and I can get into it with no problem. It was the only one that I wasn't able to open.
Yeah, opening things is just very difficult for me. Sometimes I can use a gripping type thing. I think I've seen them at like supermarkets and stuff that you can buy. Sometimes I can use something like that. I have one and I'll try it. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. But if I can't open it with my hands and I can't open it with a gripping thing or anything I can find to help me try to open something, then I can't open it no matter what I do, and then I have to ask somebody to open it. So
yes, and with her hands, they don't lay flat.
No, they don't.
Her see how my hands are flat?
Yeah, mine don't lay flat.
Hers don't lay flat.
In fact, even trying to go like this sideways, I can't do. My arms won't let me do it.
Yeah, as much as she can.
Straight.
So with her hand not being able to be flat, I think that's another reason why you might have a hard time grasping things.
It's possible.
To put your hand flat up against whatever it is that you're trying to open or anything. Mm-hmm. And then, of course, with her illness, it has not just her hands, but you can see the discoloration.
Yes.
Turn your hand around. Yeah, in her hands, and this is from her illness too, and this is one of the reasons why she's called Caramel, because she's so caramel, chocolatey. No, I mean caramelly good, or whatever you want to call it. But
well, my natural skin tone is like a light brown, which is
yeah,
like
it's a
caramel.
light brown.
But then I've got
this is
all
more
this
of
other
her skin tone right here
going on.
Yeah, but and without her being able to extend her arm out, that makes things harder for her too.
I can't fully extend, so sometimes when I get dressed or undressed, when I put on coats, jackets, sweaters, like with zippers and things, I can do it, but it can be a little awkward.
It takes a little time.
Yes.
And it takes patience, which I try to have a lot of. You know, I had been single for 5 years, almost 6 years, so it's hard for me to not be in a relationship with anyone, but to be in a relationship with someone who has limitations, because I have never been with anybody with any type of limitations. So you have to have patience when someone has any type of disability or limitations, so that they can take their time and do what they need to do and get it done and not rush, and because they can ultimately hurt themselves trying to rush to get things done. And I might roll my eyes at her sometimes, even though she don't see me doing it. So don't tell her I said it, you know. She might, no, that ain't gonna do it. Because she got supersonic ears. Now, me, I have...
You're sitting right next to me. I don't need supersonic ears.
I don't have very good hearing.
No, she doesn't.
No.
And I'm naturally soft-spoken, so sometimes that's a challenge. She has to ask me to speak up a lot.
Or repeat herself.
Myself. Get down.
But she doesn't have that problem. She can hear. Get down.
Yeah, this is Precious. She's our dog.
Yeah, she wants to be in it, but no.
She's an attention loving dog and very affectionate. She wants to be petted and rubbed and sit in your lap forever and a day.
Yeah, for as long as she can. So, she wants to sit in your lap until she's ready to get up.
Be rubbed and all that. So she's trying to get our attention right now.
Yeah, but so with me not having as much strength as I should have on my left side, my right side was already weak on its own before my stroke. And then with me not being able to hear very well, I can hear well enough, but if you're standing in front of me and you're talking in a regular voice, to me it sounds like you're whispering, and it makes it hard for me to understand what you're saying, you know. And I can read lips a little bit, but I try not to do that, because, you know, a lot of people just don't want you staring in their mouth while they're talking, and I understand that, so I try not to do that. I mostly keep the TV on with the caption on, so if I can't hear it, I can read it. Mm-hmm. Because if I don't, it will be all the way up to 100. And I know with Lynn, that's going to be pretty loud for her. It won't be loud to me, but it'll be loud to her.
Yeah.
So,
because my hearing is fine.
Yes, way fine.
Yeah, she always says I have like supersonic ears, which I don't think I do. I think compared to her, I do, but I don't think I actually do, you know. But I can hear better than she can, so.
Yeah. But we're going to talk more about her illness and the effects of her illness and things she can and can't do. But we're not trying to make this long. It's starting to get dark outside, and which is making it dark inside, even though we got lights on there. Where the lights are it looks a little bright to us, because we're looking at it, but on the screen you can see it's starting to get dark, especially over here, where it's more light on this side, and then it's making the picture be a little bit more grainy. So we're gonna get off, but we'll be up here again and we'll talk more about it, about her and me and our situation and how we deal with things, from day to day. But right now we're gonna say goodbye, and because I got some sweet potatoes on the stove, I'm gonna make some sweet potato pies. I will be cooking for Thanksgiving by myself because Lynn is not a cook.
No, I'm not.
She's not a cook. She can sit and just watch. But I do this every year by myself anyway, so it's nothing different. But I'm making sweet potato pies, egg custard, and an apple pie. Now, this will be my first time making an apple pie. So I won't be tasting it, but she will because it's for her. I don't do apple pies. I eat apples, but not apple pie. So maybe when I make them, I'll show you how I make them and show you the results afterwards. Right now, I just got the potatoes on the stove cooking. I don't need to cook the apples as far as starting off with them. And then my egg custard, that's not going to take very long to make because it's mostly, the ingredient is eggs. So, but I will buy a pumpkin pie. I'm not making no pumpkin pie, although I'm sure she wouldn't mind me making one, but I've never done a pumpkin pie before. So I will buy a pumpkin pie.
It seems to be one of the differences between the northern and southern part of the U.S., at least in the eastern area, because I grew up in the Northeast and pumpkin and apple pie are very common during Thanksgiving. But it seems in the South that they're more into sweet potato pie, and I'm not sure about the egg custard.
No, they do pumpkin. They do pumpkin.
But it seems like sweet potato is more popular. I mean, even when we went to Walmart last night, we saw there were so many sweet potato pies, and then they had a few pumpkin at the end. It just, at least in my opinion, it seems like sweet potato is more popular. Yeah. And sweet potato to me is okay, but I just love pumpkin. And I love apple.
Sweet potato pies are my thing. I will eat pumpkin though, but sweet potato is my thing, and pumpkins are hers. So, so we're gonna go ahead and get to that, and also we gotta eat dinner. Good thing I've already cooked dinner. So we'll just be heating that up and eating that.
We don't mind eating leftovers.
No, we don't. Especially now in this pandemic, you don't want to be cooking out all day long every day. So, because we do still work,
food too.
Yeah. So we'll catch y'all the next time. And yes.
Thanks for watching and listening.
Yes, thank you. And y'all have a wonderful weekend, and I'm sure we'll talk to you before Thanksgiving come around. So, but still, happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Yeah, but we'll be saying that again. All right, see y'all.
Bye. CNC signing out.
Yes.